Hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Chelsea. I'm here from Tiny Tales to You, a traveling petting zoo and virtual animal hangout company. And I'm so excited today to be interviewing Michaela of Especially Education and Made for Me Literacy. Let us know as you log in if you have any questions for us. We'd love to have you join the conversation. And I'm also going to be just randomly holding some animal friends throughout the conversation, which I'm super excited about. Thanks so much for being on today, Michaela.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you mentioned this, but I used to work for Chelsea back in the day. So,
which is so cool. Yeah, Michaela you were one of my favorite staff members ever.
Oh, thank you.
Today we're going to have on a couple of the animals that actually Michaela worked with 9 years ago.
Yeah, crazy.
So funny. It's so funny how much time has passed. But yeah, I'm so excited to hear more about your companies. And again, if you guys are on, please let us know if you have any questions or just say hi. We'd love to say hi. Awesome. Well, this is Mr. T. And as Michaela knows, reptiles, including tortoises, actually have big personalities. Mr. T loves people and loves to hang out with us and loves you and have his head scratched like a little dog. So just a side note, tortoises have personalities. Awesome. Well, Michaela, my first question for you is, what inspired you to focus on special education? I know both of your companies focus on special education.
Yeah, I think I was like in high school, and I told my mom that I wanted to work with kids with special needs, and I'm from Alpine, so it's like super far out in West Texas. It's really remote. And my mom, she did some research and she found a camp for kids with muscular dystrophy. And so every summer I'd get on a bus, and I think it was like a 6-hour bus ride because Alpine's so out there. But yeah, for a week, I was a counselor, and I had a one-on-one camper who had muscular dystrophy. And so it was just cool because it was like the week where they got to do all these fun camp things like go swimming or horseback riding and stuff. So I loved that experience. And then when I went to college, I actually started out as an art major because I was thinking like, oh, I could do art therapy or something. And then I went along the lines of special education because I can't paint or anything like that. So yeah, so I did that route.
That's so cool. And had you worked with any kids with special needs before the muscular dystrophy camp?
Just friends who had special needs. So I mean, I think that was probably my first like real experience with it, and that was very hands-on, so that was a great experience.
Really cool. Well, and you've been able to benefit so many people with special needs since you started your company, so that's wonderful that you're able to be on that trajectory. I'm going to get a new animal because Mr. T is peeing on me, so I'm going to do it this way. The only unfortunate thing about these animals is that many of them are not potty trained. So this is Bingley the Hedgehog, and she's so super cute.
Oh, so cute.
Oh my gosh, yeah, these guys are the sweetest. Awesome. Well, you taught for 4 years, and did you teach within special education for 4 years?
Yeah, I did. So I went to UT in Austin, and they have a great special ed program there. So for 2 years, we did student teaching. So I think it was like broken up into different semesters, and you would do like a semester in a resource classroom or a life skills classroom. It was very hands-on. You got to see all the different realms of special ed. And so after I graduated, I taught in a self-contained classroom for 4 years. So that means my kids were with me for most of the day. They would go out for lunch and recess and specials and anytime they had in the general education classroom. But we were a little tight-knit family in the classroom. So
that's very cool. So what was your favorite aspect of teaching?
I mean, definitely the kids. Just so many personalities and, in one classroom, and watching them grow and stuff. And I had some teaching assistants in there too. It was, sorry, my headphones are falling out, but it was like a big family in there. So it was just, I miss that community.
That's wonderful. Awesome. Well, how did you start a special education?
So, for those who aren't familiar, I make products for kids and then I sell it on a website called Teachers Pay Teachers. So it's a bunch of teachers who are making resources and then selling them online to other teachers. And there's free products and stuff too. So I actually started making products without the intention to sell. It didn't even cross my mind. But we're given a set curriculum, or we are expected to like adapt what the general education classroom is doing. And a lot of times it just wasn't appropriate for my kids. Like they needed something that was presented in a hands-on way that they could excel at. And so I just started making stuff for my own students to fill that void. And one day my speech pathologist came in and she said, you can sell this on TPT. And so I was like, okay. So I gave it a shot. And
that must have been a pretty new website then too, right? Was that 2000? What year was that?
I want to say 2015, but I think it's been around for a couple years before that. So,
okay.
Because I felt like such a small fish in a big pond, and now there's even more resources out there as it becomes more popular. So,
absolutely, yeah, no, that's wonderful. And so for a while, you were making things for the website in addition to teaching, right? For a couple of years.
Yeah, it actually became a second full-time job. So I would teach, 7 to 4, and I'd come home and I'd work on different activities and stuff, and it would be from like 4 to midnight. So it was just like, it was a balancing act, and it was hard.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's so wonderful that you were able to kind of push through. I know we were talking yesterday, but I also started Tiny Tales while I was working for a local government a company that worked in local government. And the years where you're working full time and trying to have your kind of side gig are the hardest, but also kind of the most exciting, it seems like, too, right? Because you're like balancing all these things. You don't know what's going to happen next. You've got all this possibility and stuff. Was that your experience also?
Yeah, I mean, it's so new, and I guess like you have your full-time job to keep you busy, and it's kind of like a hobby, but it's fun. So yeah, I had that experience too.
Awesome. What made you take that kind of leap to doing this full time?
I think so. Definitely the amount of hours I was putting into it. I started these growing bundles, which is like a self-imposed deadline, which, I was committing to a month-long series, I guess, and every month I would come out with new content. So you've got to put in the work for that, because it's like a subscription almost. So I think just when I was working 8 hours a day, teaching 8 hours a day, making tasks, that's when we were finally like, let's try it. And we moved from Dallas to Charleston, South Carolina. So, I just decided that was a good time.
Yeah, cool. Well, so you told us a little bit about the products that a special education provides, and it's a lot of PDFs that people can buy to print out and kind of use in their classroom or with their kids if parents have their kids at home.
Yeah, I actually have a few.
Yes, awesome.
Just to show. But I use PowerPoint. So I buy clip art, so little pictures and stuff from clip artists. And then I use PowerPoint to kind of, make the idea happen. So this is one of my sellers. I know it's backwards. Well, it's not backwards.
Oh, very cool. No, actually on this, I can totally read it. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I was just providing some visuals. This is like a visual schedule that kids can, it's backwards for me, but yeah, so they can kind of.
That's so cool. And it's Velcro and stuff. And Elaine, age 4, is saying hi to the hedgehog. So Bingley says hello to you, Elaine. Thanks for coming in today.
Hedgehogs are so cute. My friend and I work on a product together, and we were doing nocturnal animals, and she was asking me questions about hedgehogs, and I was like, I'm low-key an expert, but So yeah.
That's awesome when you can like pop in with that information and people, it's so unexpected too. That's so funny.
Yeah, so I had to bring out all my old pictures and say like, oh, this is a baby hedgehog, because they're cute, tiny little balls when they're first
Yes.
born.
Oh
So.
my gosh, when they're babies, it's so sad how quickly they grow because they're so cute when they're small. That's wonderful. So, and was that an example of your best-selling product that we were?
Yeah, that was the visual schedule that is the bestseller, and I feel like it's kind of like adapted. Like I'll take little pieces of it and break it up, and just so it can reach more teachers and stuff.
Absolutely.
And
And
then,
actually, my husband and I were talking about if you guys are, first of all, if you guys are all, if you're logging in right now, please let us know if you have any questions. I'm here with Michaela from Especially Education and Made for Me Literacy, which are two companies that provide curriculum for kids with special needs. And my husband and I were actually talking recently about how for our 3-year-old, we wanted to get kind of like a daily schedule or something so she knows what's happening next and she can kind of participate in it. Is that, would that calendar kind of?
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll email you after this, and I can
Awesome.
send you the PDF.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, I mean, what's great about TPT, or Teachers Pay Teachers, is that well, it's made by teachers who have been in the classroom or still in the classroom, and so a $5 product that they can just print out and laminate themselves. If you were to buy a hard copy of this, I mean, curriculum is so expensive, so this is a great way to provide that access, I guess.
Absolutely, that's so great, and then you can laminate it and have it for a long time too.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, what do you enjoy most about your company?
I think I feel like it like I said, I was an art major very briefly, but it kind of combines the creative side, and then I also still get to impact the world of special education. So it's just the best of both worlds. And the teachers leave feedback and they'll ask questions and stuff. And I don't think I could do it without their feedback, because they give us new ideas and stuff. And so just seeing the products used, all over.
That's really cool. Yeah. Well, it's so cool to be a part of so many different classrooms and so many different students' lives. That's really great. And then can you tell us what does Made for Me Literacy provide that's different than Especially Education, or it's similar? It's a similar product, right?
Yeah, it's a similar product. I partnered with my friend Gabrielle. She's up in Asheville, and we kind of took what she's good at, took what I'm good at, and we just kind of merged it into kind of like I don't want to say one size fits all, because that's not how special education works, but it's just lesson plans. It's like 4 weeks of lesson plans every month, and it has like writing activities and different tasks and centers and stuff, and just a bunch of stuff that teachers can use in one download.
That's awesome. That's really great. And are they themed packages? Also, this is Houdini, who I think you remember.
Houdini he lives up to his name. I will say that.
He's an escape artist.
Yes, he is.
But are there different like themed packages that people can order? Yeah,
we tried to like September we did apples. Oh my God, he's so cute with his hat. Yeah, like last month we did nocturnal animals, and we did a pet themed unit. So I think that just makes it easier for teachers to plan, it makes it more cohesive and stuff.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Great. Well, how have things changed for you and companies since the pandemic hit?
So my day-to-day schedule, I mean, I work from home normally, so that was an impact, but just these teachers were just thrown into this world of virtual learning, and just expected to adapt and come up with activities that they could use through a computer. And my friend Gabrielle and I took some surveys and stuff, and we asked what teachers needed. So they said a lot of digital stuff. So this is like a task box that I made. So it's such a hard good, there's lamination and all this stuff. So what we had to do is we had to take that activity and then present it in a digital format. So lots of YouTube and tutorials and stuff, but we managed to learn this new program so we could, so teachers can use it, whether they're teaching virtually or send it home with their parents, or for parents who are homeschooling. So
that's super cool. So, and you've been engaging a lot more with parents just as they've been taking on that role of teacher more often.
Definitely. Yeah. I feel like everybody is just having to wear many hats like Houdini, with his little wizard hat. But yeah, I mean, I just, these expectations of for both the teachers and the parents, it's crazy.
Absolutely. Well, that's great to be able to provide these products to help assist. And so now you're doing digital versions of some of your products as well. That's really wonderful. Awesome. Well, great. Well, and what sort of feedback have you received from your customers? Just general, either since the pandemic or before that.
I mean, it really varies, but I think some of the most rewarding feedback is when teachers share stories about how, a student was struggling with a task before and then they had a task box and now they're excelling at it, or how the visual schedule can, provide them that concrete step-by-step routine for them. And then we also get like, a lot of teachers will say, have you thought about this idea? And we'll be like, no, and we'll try it. And teachers are the experts. So their feedback can help us kind of brainstorm and tailor the curriculum to meet the needs of more students. Awesome.
That's really great. And where should people go to get more information about these companies?
Instagram, Facebook. I feel like we try to keep up on all the social media pages. So I have the Especially Education page and then the Made for Me Literacy page. So
awesome. And I tagged both of those in the comments.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being on today. I know especially Houdini and Mr. T, we're so happy to see you. But yeah, thanks so much for being on today, Michaela. And
yeah,
it's so wonderful learning more about your company and catching up.
Well, thank you for having me. Bye.